You're listening to DAG.
It's the DAG Show, featuring DAG and some other people.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? This is a very early morning edition of Morning Coffee with DAG. I'm getting ready to head out the door here and go to work. Yeah, lots of things going on this week, as we are all aware. And I'm really curious how it's going to play out. It's going to be interesting. It seems a little odd that, it seems very odd that the entire Capitol is wrapped up in fencing and barbed wire with, I heard that there's 30,000 troops that were deployed. There's more troops there than there are in Afghanistan right now. Which lends the question, since the left doesn't like border walls, what's with the fencing? Since they've said for 4 years fences don't work, there are alternative forms of security we can have. I don't understand how, they seem to feel protected if they don't work at all. And they need all this military might. It's either because, and this is a virtual inauguration. There's not even going to be a parade or anything. So what do you need all this security for? Unless Trump isn't leaving office. Unless something really heinous is going to go down. And another thing to tell the left, and you guys need to do some investigating here, because first of all, there was the whole thing about Trump creating an insurrection and a riot is ridiculous. He never said anything even close to that in his speech, not even close. I've watched that speech 10 times, not once. He said, go to the Capitol, march peacefully. I don't know where you guys are coming up with this information. It just doesn't make any sense to me how you come up with these things. But this we can't ignore. This is very real. Let me get this out of the way. These are actual things that you can also go and you can Google, and you can go to YouTube and see Ayanna Pressley say that there needs to be unrest in the streets. You can see Kamala Harris say protesters should not let up. Remember Maxine Waters when she was on a rampage? If you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, you get out and you create a crowd and you push back on them. And then Nancy Pelosi, just don't know why there aren't uprisings all over. Don't you find that hypocritical? I mean, just at the very least. I mean, regardless of if you hate Trump, but don't you find that hypocritical when now all those same people are coming out going, well, we don't understand. This is terrible. I just read a post that somebody put up, about 15,000 people in the BLM riots and stuff were arrested. Yeah, because they destroyed in every city billions and billions of dollars worth of personal property that belonged to other businesses. They destroyed businesses, literally. And they killed 24 people. So 24 people died in those occupations. They occupied cities in Portland for over 100 days, and Seattle. So yeah, there's clearly a reason there were 15,000 arrests made. You can't just go through a city smashing out windows and destroying businesses. And it's a shame that 5 people have died. At the Capitol thing. But the FBI put out a report saying that Trump had no play at all whatsoever in what the Democrats are calling an insurrection. And there seems to be an overwhelming amount of evidence that the Democrats knew and were part of the plan to have these people storm this building. I mean, there's video on the internet of that guy in that stupid suit walking in, it's being filmed, and a cop just walking right behind him going, hey, can I ask you guys to leave? This is like the most sacred part of the whole Capitol building. This is the Senate floor. There was one cop, like 4 guys in there. There was no police. Police got out of the way and let people walk in the building. Now, common sense will tell you that something is wrong with that picture. Period. You cannot look at it any other way. Unless you're just in complete denial. If you watch that video, you cannot deduct anything more that everybody was kind of in on this, in letting this happen, which all of a sudden now, we got all disrupted. which would take away from the evidence that the Republicans were supposed to deliver to the Senate. The Pelosi and her team provided no evidence, no witnesses, no nothing for an impeachment. They just like made up their own rules and went ahead and impeached Trump again. If that doesn't seem disturbing to you, I don't know what does. But you cannot say Trump called for riots and BS at the Capitol building. He did not. It never happened. Now, the right has been calling for it all year, for 4 years, and especially this past year. So I don't know what's going to happen. It sure seems like an awful lot of might down at the Capitol for something in a virtual inauguration. Just saying. I mean, doesn't that say something to you guys? I would hope it does. But yeah, and it's a shame. I've been very, very careful of what I'm saying on Facebook. We're doing, these concerts, and I'm having, I had Michael Slater on, and he's a liberal, and I had Felicity on, who is a black female conservative, and I had these people on last week, and then boom, I got more restrictions again, and I haven't even been really commenting on anything because I don't want to go to Facebook jail. I don't want my show to get completely locked down again. But they put me back on restrictions. More than 80%, 85 or whatever they said, they're restricting my views by. So now people can't get notifications. And even if I invite them to a watch party or I send out tags, I don't even know if they're getting them. What did I do? I know I'm a little mouthy sometimes, but their algorithms don't pick up the video the same way it picks up text. So I'm pretty quiet other than just commenting and saying, normal things to normal people on Facebook. So I don't know what the hell is going on, but go to thedagshow.com to see all the videos. That is where everything is getting posted, thedagshow.com. And you can watch everything that I'm doing, and that's where the videos are housed. And we have some really great concerts coming up. Heather is going to be hosting these concerts with me for the next 5 weeks at least. We're really excited about it. She's very energetic. She's very charming. She really gets into it, and she really has no stage fright or camera fright. So she really just gets into it, and her technical aptitude. She's a really quick study. So we have this new equipment this week. We've got the NASCAR thing, so we can communicate and direct the live events really, really well at these concerts. And then we're working on a new board. We're picking up some new vibration-free stands because we noticed that that's a little bit of a problem at the Kiss concert. Because it's just so loud. Got to have these really expensive heavy-duty stands so the cameras don't vibrate. So I'm picking those up this week, and then it looks like it's tentative right now, but we may be up in Wisconsin shooting as well this weekend. And then the next 4 weeks we have concerts, and then after that we have 5 more nights of that. So literally like 11, 12 weeks of nonstop concerts. Every weekend, every Saturday. So, and we got the audio dialed in. It's really exciting stuff. So, tune into that stuff. I'm not going to have any interviews this week. I have a really busy work week this week. And then, like I said, Saturday, I'll be gone all day shooting this concert if this actually happens. And then I got to get some of my stuff moved out of storage. That's really critical. But stay tuned, and I'll do morning coffees this week. I'll say hello. I'll just commentate a little bit. I won't keep you all morning on what's going on with the state of the U.S. And February 28th, Felicity Joy is going to be back on. Everybody really loved her. Thought she brought a really nice balance to me and my weirdness. So I'm looking forward to having her back on, her and I, to pick up where we left off. It's hard, there's so much to talk about that it's hard to squeeze it in an hour and a half show, and keep keep our attention without getting lost, And you guys all know how I can derail a train really, really fast. So, and very well. So anyway, I'm looking forward to Felicity being back on, having Dr. Felicity Joy back on, and talking more about the race, the divide and the racial issues that people seem to still be struggling with. Some existence, and most don't in reality. Yeah, so that's what I got to, and this week, another reason I'm doing this, I'm doing some car shopping this week. I got to get a new car. I got too many miles on mine. And I just packed miles on like it's going out of style. So my car's 3 years old and has 150,000 miles on it almost. So, time for a new car, and I'm not buying a brand new one this time. I'm going to buy a used one. That's where because I get creamed on my car. Anyway, but that's what I got going on this week. I hope everybody pays very close attention to what's going on. Again, I'm going to make the plea to everybody. Let's stop screaming, calling each other names just because we don't agree. This is not the way to solve these problems. I know everybody on the right is pissed off and everybody on the left is pissed off. I get it. I'm pissed off too. I don't want President Trump out of office. This is Biden's talking about canceling the pipeline. He's talking about legalizing 11 million illegal immigrants right now. And doing this all in like his first week. Listen, we just did these 2 stimulus packages for the American citizens, and we gave a majority of that money to other countries. That's borrowed money that the American taxpayer owes back to some other nation. So we can't just keep spending money like this and expect things to be okay. Look at gas prices now. Every Democratic-run city can't balance a budget. Our gas prices here, I was at $1.99. Now I'm at almost $3 here in the 2 weeks. Gone up almost a buck. That's outrageous. And you can't just spend money and not account for it. You can't. You can't allow your elected officials to continue to be this frivolous with our cash. Again, we did $1 trillion deal in this last stimulus package, and $700 billion of it went to other countries. It doesn't make sense, guys. Also, there's documents that are being released. Apparently, Obama was giving money to Al Qaeda. So I don't know what the hell is going to happen in the next couple of days. And I don't know, I know some people are 100% confident that Trump is going to stay in office, and I'm just not so sure. I mean, we've never dealt with anything like this. A lot of the legislative constitutionality related to this is subject to interpretation to a degree, so it has to be argued in order for anybody to really pass any serious judgment and make a ruling as to what's legal and to what's not. And because it's so political, I fear that, if this whole swamp draining thing is a real thing, a lot of people are going to be in a lot of trouble. And it's going to change the course of this nation, which would be in a positive way because it would give us a chance to replace the scum and bring in, start over kind of with a lot of our legislators. But I don't know that that's going to be, I don't know. I just don't know how it's all going to work. I just have no idea. There's nothing I've read that I believe is 100% ironclad. And so much of what I've seen in the videos that are sent me are this panic thing. I mean, I saw these videos, this video that was sent to me of like in Australia, these 3 people, 2 men and a woman, and they were talking about, oh yeah, and CNN's going to get shut down and everything's going to go black. And these people came across as completely and highly intelligent. They're professors, this, the other thing. Nothing they said happened. I keep getting these messages. People are sending me about MSNBC and CBS and blah, blah, blah. They're all going to lose their license. They're not. I don't buy that for 1 millisecond. It's not going to happen. I think it's really crappy that, the Democrats can say, well, Amazon has the right to shut down the servers of Parler. I mean, all the left said, and Facebook and Twitter said for the last few years was, if you don't like our terms of service, go start your own company. And Parler did exactly that. And then their servers were an Amazon servers, and Amazon made the decision to shut them down. Well, and then the Democrats come back, and the left says, well, they're a private business, so they can do whatever they want. Well, wouldn't a restaurant be a private business? Can he do whatever he wants? Because if that's the case, open the doors. So you can't, there's this double standard that's going on with the Democrats who said everybody has to shut down for a year. I mean, how much longer can you expect people to go? You can't. It's over. It's done. I personally don't care how many people are dying from COVID. I certainly don't want people to die, but the numbers don't matter to me because they don't seem real because flus are gone. You know, everything is disappearing off the list on the CDC's website of illnesses. Like COVID cured everything in the world. Because anytime somebody dies now, it's related to COVID, it seems. So the numbers just don't add up for me. They just don't make any real sense. And that being said, you're just not going to convince me that you can say Amazon and Facebook and Twitter have the right to do whatever they want because they're a private business, but Joe's Restaurant or little bar or barbecue place or the breakfast place has to close. IHOP can stay open. You know, and they can separate because they're a large, they got more square footage. You know what I mean? It's just, the hypocrisy is staggering. And again, this is not a bipartisan, this is not a partisan issue. This is a common sense issue. This is literally all about common sense, 100% common sense. Either you got common sense or you don't. And if you and if you don't have any common sense, I'm certainly not going to anticipate that you're going to be well briefed on the issues and the real facts or the data. You're going to be woefully ignorant to all of it. So I find that exceptionally bizarre and disturbing. What I'm seeing from the left that is still arguing these dumb things that are there is clear and blatant evidence that everything that they're repeating to themselves and on Facebook and on social media is 100% bullshit. It's not true. So. And then when you supply them with the truth, once again, they call bullshit. So, you know, again, I'm not listening to crazy news outlets that are all over the world. I take them all with a grain of salt. Fox is not on my house. I don't even have cable in my house. Yeah, I'm not going to get it. I don't really watch TV. I watch Netflix. I have internet. And I watch Pluto TV. It's free. And it Chromecast right to my television. So I don't have a need, you know, to listen to these pundits and these idiots from Fox to all the rest of them, you know, scream their stupid woes. Just pick tiny little things out and talk about those tiny little things factually and move on. That's what I think is really, really, really important. And I'm still not seeing it. I still got people calling me names. So, you know, it's a shame because on that gentleman, Michael Slater, who I had down here on Friday, we had such a nice time. We had such a great conversation. I got a lot of compliments on the show. And his friends, not all of them, but a couple of them are still just reaching out, being complete jerks, calling me names and stuff, saying it was stupid and a waste of time to listen to Big Daggy. One guy called me Big Daggy, run his stupid mouth. He said, looks like he hasn't washed his ass in 2 weeks. He looks like a slob. Jesus Christ. It's like, really, what does that have to do with any conversation, number one? Number two, why would you even say that? It's just stupid. But anyway, it is what it is. And, you know, I respect people having opinions. I just wish that more people did a little more homework and were a little more realistic about the data that they're finding and where it's coming from. You know, some of it's really good and solid and real, and some of it's just op-ed pieces tied to some facts that may or may not be true and are based on some kind of opinion or speculation. So it's really bizarre. But anyway, I got to get out of here. You guys have a wonderful day. Have a great week. I will see you on Morning Coffee either tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm going to do it based on what really seems to be happening, what I find in real news that is actually going on, and we'll go from there. But I hope you all have a great day and start your week off right. Get your coffee on. I'm 4 cups in. I only have 1 K-cup left. So I'm on my 4th cup of coffee. Time to fill up my water bottle, hit the road, and kick this week in the rear end again. And what else? What else was I going to tell you? I think that's about it. So go to thedagshow.com. That's where you find all the videos. There's tabs for each of the different types of shows, for morning coffee, for the sit down, for the concert series. Life Rides is almost done. We haven't been really doing, I haven't gone back because we had some cancellations because of the COVID thing and the lockdowns on the Let's Eat. And I haven't gone back to repush on them because I've been so busy with these other things. Really want to get this concert series dialed in, and we got the audio killer now. We got the video killer. We just had to get directing, which is our next study, which will be this. If it's this Saturday, it'll be this Saturday. If not, it'll be the following Saturday for sure. We're bringing that new equipment in that helps us direct and communicate when somebody's 40 feet away, you know. So we have these like NASCAR headphones, so they're sound isolating, and they have a microphone on them, and we have a new router for the for all our gear, so everything can tie together, and I don't have to worry about internet or Wi-Fi when I get to a club. Yeah. So that's it. That's it. Grocery shopping, car shopping, and work. All right, guys, listen. Again, have a great day. Be very good to one another. Keep sending me all the great stuff. I'm going to put up some Ask Dags, and that's another thing I'm doing this week. We're shooting a couple of little things to try out to see if we could do them like little 10-second commercial spots, little videos that we can put up. So I'm going to try that out. We'll see how far I get with it this week. But anyway, we will talk to you soon, and hopefully see you tomorrow. Peace out.